Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our Inspirational Interview series. I'm Hannah Levin with Heartfelt Wellbeing, and I'm super excited to introduce you to a different type of yoga today with Louise Breton. We're going to be doing some face yoga. So I hope you have come prepared to move your face and to learn about how to take care of this part of your body. And as more and more of us are on video, and there's so much imagery in the world, I think this is really a great topic, as well as for those of us that are doing yoga to find out what face yoga is. So before I bring her on, I'm just going to introduce her. So Louise is a registered holistic nutritionist and co-author of the book Saved by Nutrition. And she is also a certified face yoga method expert and founder of A Change of Face, where she teaches entrepreneurial women with mature and aging skin how to tone and tighten their face so they can look and feel more confident and youthful without resorting to anti-aging creams, risky cosmetic procedures, or invasive surgery. And you can do it all in less than 10 minutes a day. I'm excited to learn this. She is on a mission to empower women to shift the relationship they have with their faces. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome Louise.
Thank you so much, Hannah. It is so wonderful to be here. I'm super excited I get so excited when I get to teach this. So,
yay! Well, tell us a little bit more about your story. How did you find face yoga and what appealed to you about it?
Okay, so for myself, it goes back in 2007, a job, and I was in a rut. I was in a very stressful environment, and when you start to search for something and it takes you in a whole different direction. So
I know a little bit about that.
So I started to search for myself because I noticed everything was getting tight, right? Like, I mean, of course, for me, I carry the tension and tightness in my neck and my shoulders, but I was noticing like my face, and I was getting more lines, and my scalp too. My scalp was almost like it was fusing on to my skin was fusing onto my scalp. And my initial search was for scalp exercises. So I had read about scalp exercises, and I love massaging the scalp. So that got me on and it got me on to my mentor, who I'm sure most of you have seen she's done many YouTube videos and on social media. So the Fumiko Takatsu. So she's the Asian instructor, beautiful lady. So she founded the face yoga method. And I, of course, there was a 5-day trial. So I started to do these exercises, and lo and behold, there was something about them. And of course, it made you laugh, right? You're contorting your face, you're doing funny things to your face. And I would sit at the breakfast island, and I would do all these poses, and my partner would just look at me, right? And I was laughing, and I thought, you know what? There's something to this. So it got my curiosity. And so then about 2 months later, she had just gone online, and she had originally used to do just offline certification. So she was doing a second class, and I was like, this is it. I was looking for something, and I was looking, maybe doing yoga, and I wasn't sure. And but I thought, this appealed to me because anybody could do it. I could do this anywhere. There was just the benefits. There was just so much about it. Also, too, while I was practicing, I started to notice something shift inside. Like there was that light again, right? Because I'd been in such a rut, and I just wow, I started to think of how many people I could share this with and help. So that illuminated me, and I was like, I'm definitely in. I'm doing this. So
that's awesome. Very cool. Yeah, and you have the background as a nutritionist too. So this seems like another
It
layer of support.
it completely fit in with my lifestyle. Yes, I wanted something holistic. I've always been kind of a do-it-yourselfer, and I love the feeling of when I do something and I accomplish it, right? Like whether a project or whatever the case may be, or even just my health challenges. So when
Mm,
I've been able to overcome a health challenge, it's that feeling inside, right? Like I put the work in, I put the discipline in, and it just, yeah, it makes you just feel so good, and that's what it
yeah.
did with face yoga. I just felt so good.
Awesome. We like things that make us feel good. Excellent. What do we need to know about aging skin? So I know you work mostly with middle-aged women, right? And I'm
And
approaching that, and I'm like, yeah, my skin's changing.
this is like I said, it appealed for all different ages. Like
Mm,
Fumiko, she does it with children as well, so it's even
mm,
fun just for kids as well, right? Moving your face, but of course, I kind of targeted because that was when most women started to pay attention, and that was myself included, right? I personally always, I had bad skin in my 20s, so I had always done the facials and made sure I had like the high end clean products, making sure, I did everything. But of course, over time, there's gravity, right? No one escapes gravity. And so over time, that just starts to pull. It pulls, of course, on your body, right? We notice things on our body going south, but now on your face, right? The skin sagging, the eyes drooping, even the corner of the mouth start turning. So, and then couple that too with a lifestyle. So think of sleeping, for example. Most of us tend to have a favorite sleeping position. So just say if we're sleeping on our pillow, right? And I'm doing this for 6 to 8 hours. So when you're young, right, we're full of elasticity and collagen and it just bounces right back, right? But over time, now these lines, and we start to look, we're like, why do I have one line here and this side doesn't, right? And it's like, where did that come from? And we don't make the connection now, right? Just the sleeping. Or even,
mm,
I've even noticed now that we're doing more these video conferencing, like we're on video now and you watch other people. So because I'm so aware, right, where they're like this, oh, right, you start to put your hands on your face. So those little things over time add up, right? And they start
mm,
to, again, produce either fine lines, they're sagging skin, plus our facial expressions, which is another one too. So I know for me, I'm very expressive. Like I express myself through my face. So I used to, it's always like that surprise look. So I started to create a lot of the forehead lines. So I tend to get a lot of forehead. Like I have to train my eyes so that I'm not using a lot of my forehead. So there's a technique for that as well. But that's another one too. Some people will talk maybe over one corner of their mouth over
mm.
time, or there's all these little factors that just add up.
Yeah. It's so interesting to think about, yeah, like how our patterns. Well, I teach about habits a lot, right? So it's like
Yeah.
our habitual use of our face muscles or or lack thereof can influence what ends up sticking around on our faces. Yeah.
Exactly,
It's
exactly. So
yeah, it's so interesting. You know, in Ayurveda too, we have like kind of face diagnosis, like where certain lines show up can speak to certain, like just for instance, like the lines that show up, a lot of people have
11
those
lines.
here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So from an Ayurvedic perspective, those are seen as skepticism lines. So if you're like, like constantly like, I don't know about that. Then those lines get drilled in. And so from that pattern that there's like a lot of skepticism. And also like the heavy upper eyelids, yes, that changes with age, but that indicates liver congestion. So there's these other things that our faces are telling us too, right? So
Yeah, like messages from the body, messages from your face.
yeah.
exactly, right? We can hold our emotional center, right? From anything from above here is, the when I was explaining earlier, I get when I was tense, everything was tightening up here, and you're kind of squish your eyes, right? So
Mm.
this is where we show our emotions, right? We look at people's eyes to see how they're feeling, right? Whether they're smiling, they're sad, they're angry. So
Yeah.
it's
So interesting. It's a lot there. I've been thinking too about, wearing masks so much. Like we really only see from here up. And we are communicating or learning to see more, I think, through our eyes. Like you can't always see like what's if somebody's smile. I mean, I guess you can a little bit, like your eyes change if you smile. But we don't see like what's happening with the mouth. There's just communication here. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the masks are another. Yeah, that's another challenge too, because also too, having kind of the string around the ears and everything is, I know a lot. I'm for myself too, was getting a lot of the jaw, right, tensing the
Mm-hmm.
jaw. So, um, that also too, again, if when you're taking it off, to also be mindful as well, to really relax this area as well, because
Mm-hmm.
over time, like you said, right, it could start to cause maybe some injuries, or even just shift your whole face. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's a great
Yeah.
word. Great
Yeah.
word.
Yeah. So will you give us some lessons in face yoga?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you want, we could do a little mini routine if you want
Great.
to do. Okay.
Yeah. So everybody
So
join along.
yes. So this is a little mini routine, and Hannah, the beauty with the face yoga is always people say time factor was another one. So some will say, well, I'm too busy. And I'm like, oh, no, 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 no. Do you wash your face? Right? Do you drive? Do you watch TV? Right? All those things, because you can implement it into these activities. And I say, 5-10 minutes a day, but it doesn't have to be in one chunk. So you
Mm.
can do this like maybe two poses here, two poses here, throughout the day. The best times to do it would be morning and night, because in the morning when you're first getting up, right, you've been sleeping on your face and everything, you want to kind of set the tone for the day. And again, and in the evening, right, especially if you've had a really stressful day, you don't want to go to bed with that stress. So you want to release the tension and set the tone so that you could go to sleep, and now your face is relaxed. So again, I do this. I've got my shower poses, I have my morning poses, and I slip it in a little bit every day. So the first thing I would definitely recommend when you're first starting, and this will become your best friend, and I have a mirror. And some people will like, oh no, I don't want to look at myself in the mirror. And it it's not only there to help you do the exercises, right, but I think on a deeper level, you start to really look at yourself in the mirror, you're going to start to build a more awareness. Of I always want to say, like, shift that relationship with yourself.
Mm.
So I had a client who was she was 72 years old, and she was a beautiful, beautiful soul. However, after my course, we had done 6 weeks, and near the end, she had admitted that in her 72 years, never in that time frame had she ever looked herself in the mirror so much. So she was constantly looking at herself, but it was just such a revelation for her that she had to look at herself all the time, and like, wow, it just shifted her. So yes, the mirror becomes your best friend. And to learn, right, once you learn to move your face, then it's like riding a bicycle. It's, you got the muscle memory, and you learn it's very quickly. So all right, so are we ready to do a little quick routine then? Any other
Yes.
questions? Or we start?
I don't think so. If anybody who's watching has questions, feel free to type in the chat.
So we always begin. So just a little bit of a definition, if I were to say. So face yoga is, it's a blend of yoga-like body postures, facial exercises, in addition with conscious breathing. So there's that. So a lot of people would say, why don't you just call it facial exercises? Well, it's more than just helping you look, tone and uplift your face. You're actually building the self-awareness, right? It stems from inside. So it's definitely, you start to shift your inside, which, presents itself externally. So when we start with posture, because the posture is everything and everything is connected. So the whole body is connected. As I always kind of explain a little bit, if just say you're carrying a handbag or something on one side, right, and you're walking always like this, now you shorten, shorten your neck, and this can kind of start to get into the 11 lines, right? You don't think 11 lines associated with the shoulder, and even things going further down. So posture is everything. And I always like to, if you have your mirror and you're looking at your mirror, just if you were to imagine coloring a color crayon, and you're standing from the top of your head, and if I were to start to draw a line down the center of my body, so as you're looking, so you got the center of the forehead, tip of the nose, peak of the lips, chin. So sometimes if your lips might be on this side, right, and you can kind of notice that you're off. So this is a good way to really see your body alignment. So you're going down into your sternum, your collarbone, down your belly button, your pubic bone, and your tailbone. So just having that, sitting nice and tall, open chest, open heart, of course. And we're going to do a breathing exercise. So we're going to breathe through the nose. So we're going to breathe in for a count of 4. We're going to hold, and we're going to breathe out. So we'll do that twice. So we'll get us up nice and relaxed. So I'll count. So breathing in, we're in for a count of 4. So breathing in, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale through the nose, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's do another set. Breathing in, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax the shoulders. Hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out the nose, and just really release. Relax your head, your face, your shoulders. 4, 3, 2, 1. And just sit still for a moment. Hands on your lap. And take a breath in and out. Good. We're going to start with a warm-up pose. And this one's called the wow pose, but I call it the power wow pose. So we can have so much fun with it. And this really wakes up the face muscles. So all it is, what we're going to do is we're going to just say wow. So what you're going to do, breathing in, wow, wow. And you don't have to vocalize it, but I encourage it. Really, breathe in, wow. So you're just making sure that the forehead is not wrinkled. Everything is relaxed. Wow. So you don't want it. Some people might really get intense, so you don't want to do this. Wow. So I'm making more lines by doing that. So, right? So it's just relaxed. Wow. 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 Now we can get a little bit more into it. So we can even have the hands on the shoulder. Bringing your hands up. Wow. 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 You even have the hands. So I like to imagine like a gathering up energy. So bring it up. Wow. Release. Wow. Try to keep your eyes open without wrinkling the forehead. Wow. 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 So this is my favorite driving pose. So if you're someone who maybe experiences a little road rage, right, try that next time you're driving and you see something, maybe somebody kind of cut you off, and wow, wow. And it'll just totally shift your attitude. So I would do that about 10 times. And by then, I don't know if you can feel that, kind of feel a little bit of more circulation coming to your head, your whole head area, right? And again,
Yeah.
use, like I find, I love vocalizing it and just to really up the benefits. So, okay. So there's the wow pose. And then the next one is called the instant pick me up. So again, you're kind of, you do you're making sure you're aligned. You've got your wow pose, and we're going to do the instant pick me up, which this one will help lift the forehead. Okay, again, when we're lifting the forehead, we're opening up the eyes. And then it's also going to be a little bit of lymphatic drainage. So that's going to help with, so if you've got like a puffy face, or if you got any swelling, so it reduces some inflammation. So this is really great one. This is a fun one. So I'll do a little, I'll explain it real quick. It's a simple exercise, but I'll kind of go over it and then we'll do it together. So you're going to take your thumbs on top of your head, and we're going to take our 4 fingers right underneath the eyebrows. So bringing it in, and again, mindful posture, keep the shoulders back, right, and chest open. So what we're going to do, we're going to breathe in through the nose. And as you breathe in, we're just going to slide the fingers, keeping contact with the skin. So it's going to come up. Again, we're not, we're just gentle with the skin. Always be gentle with the skin, lifting up at the hairline, slightly lift the chin. And then we're going to bring your hands down, keeping contact, and then exhale out through the nose, breathing in, out. Coming down to the chest, and then out through the armpits and down the sides. Okay. So you can also, if you do affirmations, you can add your affirmations with this one as well. That's a nice fun little tip too as well. So let's try this again. So open the chest, relax the shoulders, bring the fingers into the hollow underneath the eyebrows, thumbs on top, and breathe in. Lift the forehead and slide up, 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 up. Lift the chin, and then hands on the side of the head. Exhaling down, 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 down in front of the chest, towards the armpits, and down the sides of your body. And then I invite you to keep your hands on your lap and just close your eyes. And just notice the sensation. Where do you feel it in your body? What do you notice? Breathing in and out. Good. And open your eyes. How'd that feel, Hannah? Do you want to do another set?
Yeah, that felt great. I'd love to do it again.
Okay.
I noticed I'm having a little sinus congestion today, and that felt really nice. Like, it kind of feels like there's a little like pressure gathering here. And so it felt just nice to
Just
like move
opening.
it out.
Okay. I'll show you another one for sinus too, because my mom, she had sinusitis, so I've been doing some lymphatic drainage, but we've done some exercise as well for sinus. So we'll do that. I'll get to that. I'll do one for you too as well.
Great.
Okay.
Awesome.
So let's do this one again. Again, mindful of your posture. And I said, just practice. Look in front of the mirror. And we're going to take your hands, thumbs on top of the forehead, just underneath the hollow of the eyes. And again, just keep the contact, but again, being nice and gentle with your skin. So breathing it up, 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 chin up. Inhale through the nose, up, up, and then hands down to the side. Exhale out completely in front of the neck, down, down, down in front of the chest, towards the armpit, and down the sides. And then your hands on your lap and just close your eyes. Do you feel that warming sensation? Do you feel that in your head and your scalp? Does your scalp feel relaxed? your face. Breathing in and let it out. In and out. Good. And open your eyes. So you might have a little bit of bedhead after. I'll tell you honestly, I was super self-conscious doing this pose initially, and I knew like I loved it, but I couldn't do it. First, I had a hard time doing it in front of myself, and so I made myself do it in front of audiences. So I've come to love this pose, and they said you can have a lot of fun with this one.
Awesome. That's great.
All right. So I'll give you another one for sinuses. So there's another one we can do, and we do a little bit of acupressure as well. So you're familiar with acupressure, the meridian point. So kind of just taking like your middle finger and kind of getting it in right in just underneath, I guess, right into underneath the bone, right around the
right there.
In here, yeah, just right to the side of the nostrils, and you just breathe in, and as you breathe in, press the knuckle in, bring it in, and exhale out. And then release, and then press in again. Inhale, and exhale it out. Inhale, let release, and then pressing in, and exhale. And then, Hannah, I just like to kind of bring it to the side towards the lymph line, face line, and just bring kind of here, and then just drag it down. Yeah, and go in here. So this one, even here, and even in the eyebrows as well.
Mm-hmm.
There's the 3 areas here, the center, and then again, always bringing it towards the face line, and then just sliding it down. So it's a great one you can do. I've been using a product called It's used to be called Traumeal. Trauma Care, I think, is a new one, and it's got like kind of arnica in there as well. So it just kind of helps with any inflammation and swelling as well. So just combine the two. It's a great face cream too, so because it keeps the swelling down. So yeah, so that's a really simple, quick routine you can do. And I said you can take the wow pose driving. You can even do it sitting on the sofa watching your Netflix series, or
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much. This was a great introduction, and maybe some folks will find out. So we have a handout or a printout that Louise gave us. I'll post it again with this interview that you can check out and maybe find you further. Where can folks find you if they're interested in learning more?
So right now I'm on Instagram and Facebook. So A Change of Face is my business page, but I also have a private personal group page as well. So I generally do as well. So a lot of videos, they can get a lot of tips, information as well. There's some resources, some great resources in there. So if you want to kind of delve a little further, get a little more information, definitely join my page. And
is that called A Change of Face?
That one, yes, that one's called A Change of Face. A Change of Face, yep. And the business one is I have Face Yoga with Louise. So, yeah, and then email if you want to know information as well. info@Face Yoga with Louise as well. You could reach me.
Awesome.
So, yes.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Louise. This was awesome. And I'm sure lots of people will enjoy it. So we might have some comments coming in down the road. But we appreciate your sharing your expertise with us today.
And I thank you for having me so much, Anna. It's lovely. I love sharing this, so I greatly appreciate coming on.
Awesome. Yeah, it's very helpful. Excellent. Well, thanks. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Take care. Bye bye.